While the rest of the guys are up in Alaska moose hunting, I'll be in Idaho hunting archery elk in the rut with none other than Rich Froning, the world's fittest man. With access to over-the-counter tags getting harder and harder to find, and the amount of money that it's been taking to save money to buy points in all these states to hopefully get to hunt elk every couple years, we wanted to show an alternative to that for a comparable price. Joining us on this hunt will be our really good friend, Joe Sanchez. If you've come to the Portland show and hung out in the booth or watched any of our bear hunts, it's likely you've seen Joe. As Rich has been getting into Western hunting, he's never had a bull called in for him to kill with a bow. So that'll be my number one goal on this trip.
Starting off this trip really well.
How was your trek down here?
Started going down the freeway about 80, and my sign that I have for work was in my headache rack. It completely flew out of the headache rack.
You don't need that.
And it landed on my bike, and it was like hanging over the tailgate, so I had to pull over and deal with that for a minute. And then I just decided if anything else blows out, I'm just going to leave it.
So these are our trip options to get to Boise. And we have 3 hours from there. It says the suggested route is 40 minutes longer than this one, but this one has a little wildfire icon that's kind of sketchy. If we burn, we burn.
If we burn, we burn.
By far the coolest gas station I've ever been to. There's a huge line. He just pulled a hose, I don't know, it could have been out of his back pocket. It's 30 foot down the line and got us in the back.
Might be a little longer than that.
Dude. He washes my window. He says, we have fresh breakfast inside. Burritos, biscuits and gravy.
Sold.
This is incredible.
They have incredible suits too.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention uniforms.
Full service around here.
Please don't sue me. Oh, he's making jokes. We're 10 minutes out from meeting Rich, Josh, and Scott. And we're going to grocery shop. We don't have a list. We don't have anything. We don't even know what we need.
We don't even have pillows.
Joe doesn't have a pillow. I have a Spider-Man pillow because I came prepared. That pillowcase only makes an appearance once a year for 1 month. And I'll give you one guess when that is. And it's right now. So we're going to meet up with these guys. Never met them. Only talk on the phone. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to make some new friends and buy maybe enough groceries. But we'll see. So a little bit left and then we'll be at camp. You guys want to see my card number? There's a lot of money on it. And this one's on Trent, so I think I'm going to get probably Supreme. Mississippi mudslide. I would say I only have one complaint about it, and that's almost too flavorful. But we'll settle. Okay guys, so what we're dealing with is the property we're going to hunt that we have access to and everything goes through a little bit of Forest Service road that's closed. An outfitter cleared it with them, but they're just double checking our access, making sure we're the right people. A lot of the woods are closed down right now because there's a lot of nearby fires, but the portion we're actually going to is open, so they're just double checking us and doing their job to make sure that the woods don't burn down. So we're just gonna be patient, get cleared, and then head up the mountain. Rich is jacked, he's ready. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. The perfect tradition.
Yeah.
You bugle from camp.
All right.
And it's not make or break.
Yeah.
But it's a good omen.
He's good. All right.
Yeah, it's a good omen.
It's like establishing your dominance over the spot, or
Basically
yeah.
from their leg.
Yeah. I like it. I'm all for it.
Two bulls.
Heard it. Heard it.
I think that's other hunters.
For us, it's always other hunters.
That sounded like other hunters to me. I don't know.
What else do we want?
It's good omen. We got a lake view.
What do we got?
Got a lake view here. 2 bars of service. 2 elk somewhere out there.
And those 2 bulls bugled on like before I was done. And the good thing is they're actually just over the hill. The good way to distinguish, like, it's really confusing for people, like when a bugle's quiet. So there's a difference between like quiet and muffled. So like quiet, it'll still be like, that's that cross canyon bugle that could be 1,000 yards away where it's still super clear, but it's quiet. And that's quiet and muffled.
I was about
so
to say it's
he's
more muffled.
300-400 yards
down
over a terrain break. Yeah.
He's just over that ridge. There's another one back here. Yeah, so that's not terrible. There we go. It's a good start. There he goes again.
Yep.
Oh, now I have to keep a quiet camp. Now we have to. Here is the plan. Listen. Hear elk. Call elk. Kill elk. Rich is going to shoot one today. 22 yards. After it bugles a few times, it's going to change his life in a positive way. And then we're going to celebrate by killing another elk.
Down to party.
Wow, I should have been using this mirror. I saw this going better in my head.
You feel good about it?
Feel good. I'm good with it.
What's our plan this morning?
I was hoping you had one.
No.
We had 3 or 4 bulls bugle last night, but then we set up camp. So there's always that. So I think we're just gonna walk down to a little perch down here and see if we can get one to fire off on its own. If we can't, we'll make some elk
Make some
noises,
plays. There we go.
preferably good ones. And then if we hear one, we hear one.
Yeah, we
And
heard a
we'll
couple.
go kill it.
Like you said, we heard a couple last night. We did hear what was either wolves or coyotes over here, so hopefully they didn't screw us completely. But
At least they didn't wake us up in the middle of the night shaking.
right.
Yeah, that would have sucked. So. I saw that going better in my head. This place sucks. We're going home. We have Cal, Muxlow, film winner, that we had win a couple contests on our channel. He's coming up tomorrow to film. And we're going to meet him for the first time. But today, Navajo Joe's filming. You know him. You love him. Some people want to be him. Joe, how do you feel about filming right now?
I don't know, this camera's heavy. It's crap.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, alright. We'll get it done.
Our budget is our budget.
Free.
This is the same as far as...
right, topo.
Yeah. So looking at it, this road side hills this for a while. You know, I think we have 2 options. We could do that, walk or drive, and bugle up these canyons and just try to find where these specific elk are this morning. Or we can just go do something new. Since this was like our prospecting day anyways, I don't like just kind of cover ground. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with. I think there were some in there. Maybe they're just not quite there yet. And maybe as the sun comes up, they'll.
Me and Rich were just working out up there.
Guess we're working out up there.
Yeah. But what we've decided is the elk were up late last night, doing their thing, you know. So they're just sleeping in a little bit. Yeah. But we did get about a quick 50 burpees in up there.
That's why I'm so vascular right now.
It's so jacked.
Okay, that bull last night was right there, and on the back side of that is a big draw, and then a big ridge at the top with all these little fingers and saddles. That's one of the spots I marked as like good. And then we can go around this backside road, bugle up that draw, bugle up that draw, bugle up that draw. Cross that off the list first. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Do you want me to shoot one? It's cold in this draw. Sounds good. Can't hear very far though. Just gotta find them. We're checking boxes right now. We know where they're not.
Ain't nobody home.
And when you know where they're not, you still don't know where they are.
A lot of times what we like to do for our first day in a new area is mainly just cover ground and try to find the pockets that are going to hold elk for the rest of the week. Whether or not they're talking right now We're really just covering ground, looking for sign, trying to locate one, and just find out where in this huge area is actually going to hold elk. Rather than pigeonholing yourself with a long hike day one where you're only really going to cover one small area, this is what we do just to find the concentrations of elk. And then after that, we'll slow down once we really figure out the stuff that they're frequenting and using.
What do we do now? So, it just got real bush league there for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. We were bugling our way in, and then we were driving to a new spot, and Joe just saw that bull right off the road, like within bow distance. And, so I just drove on past him, because, I mean, we're not gonna try and shoot him off the road or anything. So I drove past him about 3/4 mile, and we walked back and just listened right here. And then we could hear him moving down in the creek bottom. And he kind of just worked up the other side, and he wasn't spooked hard, but I mean, it just, I think if it was a bull that we just happened upon while we were hiking, I think we could have made a play somehow. Size large. So, I mean, it was like a 320, 330, 7-point. He had a little sticker 7th on his right side, at least. I don't know about his left, but so I don't know. We might. I don't know. And he's a mature bull, so we might. He just went up over the ridge. We might have go up there and slow play him, or go do something else, and give him some time and try to relocate him. I don't know. I'm thinking really hard right now about my feelings. Guys, we just made a run in the bass fishing world, is what they call it. Miles south. It's like a 3,000 acre parcel. I don't know. It's not going to be worse than it was yesterday.
No.
I do know that.
It could be. If we don't see a giant bull. That would be the only way it could be worse.
I'd rather hear one.
Yeah, touche.
Big timber, it's logging, a little more broken up. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think we're going to get people probably right here. All of you on the mouth right now. It's over the hill. Well, let's go look at maps and figure out what we want to do. Maybe gear up. I don't know what to do with my hands. I wasn't expecting that anymore. It sounded far. One of two scenarios is happening right now. It's early enough that sometimes I'll just pipe off once as they're going to bed, and that'll be all you hear. The other is that, which is what we're going to play on, because it's all we can play on, being that the first bugle was so hard to hear where it was, is that he's just moved somewhere where we can't hear him. There's lots of little folds on the opposite hill that, you know, if you're not from the right spot, we wouldn't be able to hear him, he wouldn't be able to hear us. So now we're just gonna mark on the map where we have been, where we think. I mean, basically what we like to do is go on OnX, look at our tracks, look at where we think he would have heard us, and then look at everything that he wouldn't have, and then kind of just start checking boxes that way. It's usually how we kind of deal with it from here. So what do you?
We're gonna go to the last only known place that we've seen an elk and try to backtrack or call or just glass down in here. Noah had to go pick up another one of your kind at the airport.
Camera guys?
Oh, sorry. You're all three of you.
Our kind, Scott.
So we stole Joe because now he's the resident professional, and we're gonna try to kill an elk without Noah so we can piss him off.
That road we were out last night with the big rock on it?
Yeah.
It's down there. Okay. So we can just mob through all this and just check it all out, and then we can hit that, and then we can just follow that out and then come back up
If we
around.
see an offshoot that shoots us back up it,
Yeah.
we could take it up and over if we want.
Yeah, we must just check out what's in here.
Tracks look pretty fresh because there's broken pine needles and nothing on top of them. There's truck tracks with elk tracks on top of them. So the clues say they're walking through here, but they're not really staying here. But this is a very large piece of property. It's not like a, 1,000 acres. It's like tens of thousands of acres.
I thought I heard a chuckle.
Hey, you heard a chuckle after my cow call.
After Rich's call, he's getting really good at it. Chuckled after we all actually chuckled.
That's true. Yeah, Bird was chuckling, laughing. And then Joe's like, did you hear that chuckle? And I was like, yeah, we heard Bird chuckle. That was it. And sure enough, he lit up a bugle and we got something.
Going ripping in the bottom. Oh, in the bottom. Oh.
Okay. I hear him. He's still pretty far down there. Status update. So we had a bull, and he was calling. We're pretty sure he's afraid of another bull because he ran. And at that point, Notre Dame was losing, and so were the Tigers. But right now, there was like talk of like, hey, maybe we give up on the pursuit. And I said, hey, let's go over this next little knob. And let the record state that Scott said, we always just go over the next little knob. And we always find elk when we go over the next little knob. So we cow called a little bit. And sure enough, the bulls, at least in this area vicinity, we think, we listened to a Remy Warren podcast, and he said, speak to the elk how they want to be spoken to. And we've noticed that he likes the cow calling, so we're going to hang out here. Wind's not great, but we're not going to leave elk to find elk. Also another old hunter proverb. I don't know if that's true, but you don't leave elk to find elk, so we're going to hang for a little bit. Saw us. He saw you. Saw something. Here? Oh, no. He came right through here.
That's why he did that first initial takeoff, gives a shot.
Yeah. Oh, no. Never saw him. He was right here. I mean, find your arrow?
No, that's what I want to see.
So you shot him here?
I shot, bro. Shot through here. And I don't think I hit him.
How fun was that, though?
Made it. I drove at a high rate of speed. They sent me a pin where they're at. It's like 500 yards as a crow flies, a couple hundred feet down the hill. So they've been slow playing this bull. They haven't been able to get him to budge, so we're gonna go in there and hopefully wreck his world. So I'm probably just gonna leave my bow at the truck, and then I'm probably gonna regret that. I changed my mind. Here's. Was it the big bull? Rich shot. Pretty sure it was a miss. That's a bull, for sure. Hello?
I'd guess 300.
The bull just bugled right below me. Yeah, I'm bugling, but I just had a bull bugle at like 300 yards below me. Where are you?
Literally at the bottom.
Did you guys bugle?
No.
How far down are you? Well, you're hearing me too.
Yeah, no, that bull was between you and us.
They're down on the bottom. Rich missed that bull, but I was calling to try and hear them, and I just had a bull scream and chuckle like 300 yards from us, so we're gonna go shoot him. Straight down, right? On our finger. I don't think he's super far, he's just bugling kind of quiet. So, we'll have to be a little careful because it's so open, I don't want to be on the ridge line. Bull's bugling on top of me now. He sounds like he's by himself. We have a really open face underneath us, so I might loop around a little bit because he can see this hill. I just want to make sure he's not still moving off, so I want to call. I don't want to call too much because I don't want to give away our position on this hillside, but I want to call enough to keep him where he is.
He's gone, huh? What? He's a little bit tight. Good. I don't have a collar right now, so it's like worse positioning. The only thing right we have going is the wind. The bull's straight uphill from us. He came into 40, 35 yards, but too much brush, and I didn't have a collar behind me, so he hung up right where they're supposed to. So he barked, chuckled, I barked, chuckled. He came in again, and then I just went silent and let him work off. So we're going to try to get to a better vantage point rather than pushing it too hard right here and screw it up. So he just pushed off 150 yards over the hill. So we're going to go kill him. It looks like a really nice bull. Like, pretty dang good bull. Since we don't have a collar, what I'm going to do is, we just got up to where the bull felt super comfortable. I'm going to bugle. And if he responds more than 50 yards away, I'm going to run up 10, 15 yards so that he comes into the last spot I bugled and not where I'm set up. That should help us a little bit. Unless he pushed off more. Over the ridge. Pretty far. He just went over the ridge. Yeah, he just went over the ridge. Should I draw? Tell me when to draw, I can't see.
Okay. He's walking away.
Oh yeah, I see him. He's going up the road. Is he at the road yet?
No.
If he gets to the road, we gotta move up.
He's walking kind of.
Is he walking to the right?
Yeah, kind of.
spooked him. He was tired of putting in the effort. So they're about a mile away. I told them to get here at a high rate of speed before the wind switches and blows downhill. Right now we have the perfect scenario to call this ball in. We just need a caller and a shooter. And we gotta get him before the wind pulls down the draw. The sun's still quite a ways over the horizon though, so I think we'll be okay. But we can kill this one if we just play it right. I'm gonna bugle just to keep him interested, and I don't know, if he runs in, we'll shoot him. He's getting angry. You see how his bugle's changed from 2 hours ago?
How tempted are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to go in after that bull right now?
I just know we need a caller to kill him. We don't need one, but it'll help. It'll make it to where Rich has like a 20-yard shot. Let's go. So I just need someone a little bit in front of me. I called him in 3 times. 25, 25, and like 55. He's bugling down this ridge like 200 yards. So we'll have just you and you will slip down. Okay. With me and Cal. I mean, you guys do, but just stay like 50 yards back. Probably just at the bottom of this hill. We're gonna get in like 80 yards, and I just want you like 30 yards in front of me. Okay. Me and you need to be able to see each other. Because this ball needs a lot of attention. Okay. So we gotta work him a lot. Okay. If we work him a lot, he'll come in. Okay. So, but we're gonna have to push it up at certain times and get in his face. So just be checking in with me. And if I'm saying push forward, I'll go like this. Okay. And then 1, 2, or 3, like how far? Okay. So push forward 20 yards. Okay. And just that amount. Easy. Okay. Yeah. sneak. Okay. I'll make all the noise. God, you got a lot of practice sneaking your truck.
I see a split V tree. Where am I going from there? Back this way. Oh no. Oh, right here. 30 yards. Yeah.
Just on the left side of that. Don't be behind it. Be in front of it.
In front of it.
Shoot that flat.
Okay. Be in front of that tree.
Just on the side of it. Okay. I'm gonna try to get him. He's gonna walk broadside on that flat.
See him coming up. What? Which way? Right to left.
He's coughing.
Hell no. It was a little back, but I didn't pause him, but
Like 12 right now.
hell yeah. Right where he said.
He just bit it right by the hill. He was coughing.
Yeah, I heard him death coughing. So I ranged that brush and it was 45. And at the last minute, I don't know what I set it to. I was like, he's coming in closer.
Did you shoot his left side or his right?
I shot his left side, so his right side's bleeding.
So both were. He was quartered towards you a little bit?
Yeah.
So your left side's like 12 ring,
Yeah.
like mid-height crease. It came out like 2 ribs from the back. I told you he was going to come
Right
in.
where you said.
He said he's going to walk right there.
Lucky charm here. As soon as he lands, we're in bulls. Dude, that sound. I didn't get the shot on. Sorry. I got him running off. That was like perfect, right where you said. Dude.
He came up right up the saddle, huh?
Dude, perfect.
Up there.
Right when you, dude, magician. Gosh,
Serious.
especially after like lowest of lows with that one earlier. Because I mean, you're just like replaying so many things in your head. You're like, what could I have done? You're like, I mean,
You gotta get back
I'm
on the horse.
convinced nothing I could have done, but still, you're just like,
Well,
gosh dang.
The blessing of it is clean miss. Like
Yeah.
that's what we always talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
We want a perfect shot or a clean
clean
miss.
miss,
It was a
yeah.
clean miss. They did their due diligence.
Yeah.
They hiked 2 miles to the bottom. Me and Cal got here. I was like, we're gonna drop in and go help them. I'm bugling to locate them, and this bull torches off. And you guys just saw. I mean, we called him in 3 times. We worked him from like a mile away all the way to here. Had him bedded. I'm like, you guys need to get here. We have 20 minutes of wind. When you get here, we're gonna kill him.
So let me tell you how we got here. We went up about 300 feet. We went over, we went down about 200 feet. We went back up about 200 feet, went over, came back down about 500 feet.
We were on the same elevation line.
Hey, guess what?
Who cares?
I lost my release.
No way. You use your backup?
I used my backup, which is only a 2-finger, and I've been using the 3-finger.
Mine's hooked up to my bow up there.
So mine was in
I was
here.
like, oh shoot.
Mine was in here, and when we were climbing, he fell out. Right to script, dude. Oh, thanks, brother. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for, dude. Now let's kill you one, since I just stole your bowl.
Dude, you have to give this guy props.
Hell yeah, dude. That was he
We were
held
sitting
him
there
here.
for 3 minutes. Dude, selfless right here.
The most selfless, because
Most
I was like,
selfless.
dude, because here's the deal, is we were like, oh, let's sit up here. Maybe he'll push him to us.
We were like a bush away from killing him 3 times. And then the last time, I just like,
Backed out.
3 different times, I was like, once I realized it wasn't going to happen right there, I just stopped. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, we're going to let him naturally work off. We're going to reset till we get a better position. Better position, better position. He worked off again, and when he bedded on this ridge, I was like, I'm going to call Joe. I think, like, if it was, I knew from just working
what
that
he was
bull.
doing.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But from reading his temperature, raising it for the last 2 hours, I'm like, if these guys can get here before that sun gets any lower, we're gonna get to right here and we can kill him.
And you said exactly what was going to happen. He's like, set up by that tree, saddle. He's like right there.
Okay, so we get a ton of questions, and it's really hard to display it
Yeah.
in person. But someone who's like, this is your first time
First.
really experiencing like calling elk.
Yeah.
So from the very beginning, we talked about like we run the playbook.
Yep.
We want to find the one that wants to do that.
Yep.
And yesterday was a long day, and you go a whole day without getting something, it feels like it's never gonna happen. And then we talked about like 24 hours later, it can switch like
It
that.
literally switched.
And so this bull, like I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but we pushed him for like 2 hours. He goes up, we're about to hike out. I'm like, I'm just going to see. And I bugle, and he just screams at me in this saddle. So saddles are awesome. They're the best. So it's a ridgeline coming down, benches out, goes back down again. He's in that saddle. And so what we're doing is this is wide open. From ridgeline to the top, this is wide open. He was off the right side. Perfect scenario, wind's pushing this way. So we tucked into the trees, right? Because he might have been able, he may not have, but we're going to play it safe. So we tucked into that tree line. And then I went to that tree line, and we have that flat, the flat that you called him into. So when we're looking at this, reverse engineering this, just to try to be the most effective.
I want to learn.
Right? So I'm thinking, if we always want the shooter to be where the bull has to get to see the calling. So I'm thinking, if you get to these Christmas trees right here, that bull's going to come out, and the best is broadside, right? Like frontals work,
Literally perfect.
but that's what we want, and the wind's pushing this way, so I'm going to tuck into the trees. So for me, I want to give you 10 yards of insurance. That bull has to get to right there to see me.
Yep.
That's where he's going to come into, especially after working him.
Right.
I knew that was, you never know.
Never know.
But they're going to come into where they have to see you. So you had 10 yards of insurance, plenty of lanes through there, and it worked. It doesn't.
was perfect.
He'll respond every time. Mm-hmm. Here's the facts we have. He'll respond every time. Mm-hmm. He won't bugle on his own, and he won't cover distance till we break 150. That's just
He's got to
like
be in his bedroom.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's every time, but that's what we noticed. Because I was thinking we were going to have to get up to the ridgetop the first time. We broke within 100 yards. He was on the ridgetop. He came down to the creek to us. And so it's like, you don't always have a bunch to go off of, but if you have messed up on a bull a couple times, you can like figure those things out. So I'm like, okay.
I do want this question. So we followed that bull down.
Yeah.
So what happened was we're sitting there, and I threw out a random cow call,
Yeah.
and we were kind of joking around, and we hear a chuckle.
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right. So we
time to
kept
go.
going down. So Joe bugled at him. We cut the distance. He would bugle. We cow call. Actually, we backed up and tried to pull him to us. He wouldn't come, but he would answer cow calls. We came down a little bit closer, bugled at him, and he kept going away. And he kind of shut up, but we kept seeing where there were tracks. So we were like, let's follow him. And so we get down to the bottom. We're about to leave, do one of my random cow calls. He calls back. And so we started cow calling, and he would rake. He wouldn't necessarily call back. And then you text and said, calf call and rake. And every time we would do that, he would rake. And he started coming. So why the calf call and rake?
So a lot of times if a bull's bugling every time, but he's pushing off, and you only have what you can go off of, right?
Yeah.
So if a bull's fired up enough to bugle every time,
Yeah.
but he's still pushing off, I'd bet 9 times out of 10 he has cows.
Yeah.
And it's not him pushing off, it's the
the
cows
cows
pushing
leaving,
off.
okay.
So like a lot of people talk about with the, and there's a lot, I mean, we've called in so many elk with cow calls.
Yeah.
It's not like a say-all be-all, but actually I was talking to Joel Turner about this. He's like, you know, that works, but what can be a lot less threatening is calf calling.
Pack new bird. We got the sound of that. And the blood on the side. You don't have to cut it. We'll let it.
I'm not a doctor, but
I think
it
he's.
doesn't look good.
Oh!
How's that?
They're so cool animals.
It's a great bull.
What'd I say it was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 for 3 on 5x6s, baby. Oh man. Gosh, that's so awesome.
In reflection, like, so this is your first experience, like, really, like, focusing on, we're gonna call one in.
Yep.
So, like, what were your expectations going into it? And then, was it like, I didn't want to talk it up too much, but it's like, to me, there's nothing like bugling a bull in.
Heck no. So I've killed one other with a bow, and it was completely silent, you know.
Yeah.
And that was knowing he was coming, could see him, dude.
Yeah.
And what was crazy was literally everything that you said was gonna happen happened. He's like, you walk up to that tree, I'm gonna go over here. As soon as I call, he's gonna walk out on that bench, and that's exactly what he did. It was awesome.
It's
Incredible.
like the part that I love, and that's why I love calling too, is just like the chess game.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just finding them, it's another dynamic after that, and it's just like taking all the information you have with the last 2 days, where this bull's at, what he's doing, how he raised his temperature and how he reacted, and then like, okay, what do we need to do now to get this thing killed? Like, just only thinking about that, and it's just, it's so fun.
I always say it's the ultimate competition, you know, like
Yeah.
the first competition there ever was us against animals, right? So
Okay, so when we hunted with Derek Wolf,
Yeah.
he told us
Yeah.
that killing a bull elk with a bow beats tackling Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Does this beat winning CrossFit Games?
Heck yeah, dude. This is
Just making sure.
It's man, I love it. It's awesome. It's so much fun. So much fun. The grind we got to get here too. I wish we tracked that on OnX. And I'm like, we're gonna get there and it's gonna be too damn late and it's not gonna happen. Whatever, you know, like you're playing those mind games. We get here, you're like, all right, let's go. Sure enough, we got here.
I was worried about
That
right there.
perfect timing.
Yeah, no, we had about a 30-minute window to get him killed before this
might,
started.
This
doing
might be
this.
that guy because he was down in that mud raking. I don't know.
There's a big swamp just in this draw right here.
Yeah, we
had
were
to
in
cross.
it. That's
yeah,
what we were in.
Yeah.
That's what that one was
Yeah.
coming through. He was.
You guys were down where we were, really. I wonder if we circled around.
Not terrible.
Some air in there.
Let's get some pictures of this. Really fun hunt. Whoa. With the world's fittest man and Rich Froning. So
You made it to the top first, though.
we get the question all the time of someone, Rich is the success story, right? It's like, I don't know, half the people who watch our stuff, thank you, by the way, are from east of the Rockies. They want to come out here. They want to do this for the first time. If that scares you, a couple resources for it. You don't have to be the world's fittest man, but it is taxing. And if that part stresses you out or gives you anxiety, Rich and his crew
with Mayhem Hunt. They actually have an app. It programs workouts for you every single day.
Every single day.
They're scaled down if you don't have certain equipment.
Yep.
You
everything.
can do. Yeah, I mean, it's anybody can use it with, you know, just some basic equipment and
just off the couch, or if you're really fit already, pretty much got something for everybody. Stuff like you said, scaled down, minimal equipment. We've got all kinds of options.
Yeah.
So we never want guys to question, hey, should I go after that elk? Yeah, we're going after that elk.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We always our tagline is train for the pursuit. I actually hate
yeah.
motivational quotes, but train for the pursuit's pretty good.
I think it's accurate, and I think that's a big hang up for a lot of people is it's scary.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go. I don't even know how to pick a spot on the map. I hear Colorado's at 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
All these things, and so don't let that stop you. I mean, there's so many resources, but that's geared around
beginners,
hunting,
to elite. Yeah, and it's all hunting. It's all hunting
making
based.
your way through the woods, packing hindquarters, or
two
front shoulders.
shoulders.
Hello, up out of the hill, and just come prepared and don't let there be any excuse.
That's right. Yeah, no excuse.
Yep.